Hello friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Felicia. This is my free tarot and oracle card reading channel. If you are new, welcome into our spiritual channel. Welcome into our space. If you are returning, thank you so much for maintaining. We love you. I love you so much. Thank you for being here. Let's get into a realization pick a card reading today, okay? So, realization, okay? The frequency of realization supports the internal process of becoming aware of our heart-centered truth, as well as the external process of becoming our highest expression in the world. So what are people realizing about you? What fullest expression of yourself are people realizing right now? These people, okay, specifically for this topic, these people are becoming aware of your heart. There's a heart awakening within these people in their realization of you, okay? So that is kind of where we are headed today. We have 4 piles to choose from. We have the beggar and the light attribute. Confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival. Awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. Pile 2, we have the God archetype and the shadow aspects, despotism and cruelty, using power to control people. Pile 3, we have you in the light attribute, great powers of observation and intuition, desire to seek out the truth. And pile 4, we have you in the shadow aspects, conceals deep fears behind verbal or physical abuse, okay? So let's get it popping. Today, we have a big juicy reading. I have no idea what's coming out, but I'm excited. If you are new here, subscribe, like the video. If you are returning, show me some love. Comment down in the comment section. Let me know what your pal was and how today's video resonates with you guys. And I'll see you in your selection. Bye. Hi, pal 1. Welcome to your selection. So you chose the beggar archetype. Confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival. Awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. Okay, so immediately I'm getting that these people are realizing whatever expression you have of yourself, I mean, it'll be different for all of you. But whatever expression you have of yourself, people are realizing that you are very, very humble. Like this, and it's something about you as well in this, like this position, that you have like a spiritual authority. So some of you guys, you may be homeless or you're having some type of challenges around your physical survival. So there's a deficient root chakra here. A lot of you guys have been on a journey, maybe like on a spiritual quest, or you've been traveling a lot, moving around a lot. And I feel like you have been working very, very hard to meet your daily needs, and every day is a struggle to meet your needs. And a lot of these people, I'm hearing a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, or Cancer. These are people who are realizing this about you. Something about you may have, they may have had the wrong impression of you. It feels like maybe you don't look like you are having the type of issues that you're having. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you are actually very, very stressed. I'm hearing drinking a lot of coffee, pulling a lot of all-nighters, but you're so like humble, okay? A lot of you are not very materialistic, or you're like, they see that you have, ultimately though, you have a healthy self-esteem. It's like you don't attach your self-esteem to like the things that you have or your attraction or your achievements in life. So a lot of these people they're realizing that although you, like, even if you're not in like this scarce position, it could also be like, even if you have a lot of achievements, a lot of materials, and a lot of like, prosperity around you, it still feels like, you're very humble. You don't have a very big ego. Some of you guys, you're very apprehensive. You have a very, very strong spiritual apprehension because like, I'm hearing that you guys believe in karma, or you're very spiritual. people see you, you know, as having like a spiritual authority more than ever, you know, even if you have like, no matter if you're scarce or not, right? But they see that you, like, people are realizing that you actually have like a lot of compassion for people as well, and you're a very, very good listener. Those who are challenging right now, who are challenged around, like, I'm getting your root chakra, like your survival, you know, your self-esteem. A lot of these things have been challenged. Like, some of you guys, this is a very, very like harsh and intense Saturn return where you're just maturing. So some of you guys had to learn some very harsh lessons, and I feel like your experiences may have humbled you. Some of you guys have lost things that, you know, were very meaningful to you, or, you know, you failed at something before. But I'm hearing the wheel is turning. So what these people are realizing about you is that the wheel is turning, and a lot of like that negative experience that you were enduring before is kind of lifting, okay? And people are really starting to have like a lot of compassion for you, and they see that you know how to survive very well. And a lot of them, what they're realizing is that you also have like this sense of duty as well. Like, whatever position of authority you're taking up, they feel like you have like a very, very strong sense of duty. So let's see, what are people realizing about you? Yeah, like I was getting about that Wheel of Fortune energy. Okay, changes. The frequency of change supports our ability to gracefully dance with the forever changing nature of our reality, both inward and outward, so that we can appreciate the sweet release of the old and the birth of the new. So people are starting to realize that you change a lot. Like, you know, I'm hearing that some of you guys have been making a lot of different decisions for yourself. You've been growing a lot. I'm hearing a lot of growing pains. And although things may be very, very challenging and that you feel like you're in your survival state still, I definitely feel like, you know, that just those, like, when you're in this beggar energy, when you're in this survival state, change, you have to be comfortable with change. People are realizing that you're very, like, you can adapt very well through the different changes. They're realizing that some type of change that you're making, in particular, so something about, they want to see, some of them are trying to see the results of some type of change that you're making. Let's see, what are people realizing about you, Power One? Something that you're doing to protect your home, I think. Yeah, your career. I love that. 10th house energy. Okay, they see that your destiny involved you. Like, this was like all a part of like some success that you, like, was predestined for you. Like, because of some of you, you went through such like a tremendous hardship. Like, this is what people are realizing. Like, they're realizing that in this success state that you're in now, you know, you're very humble in this success state, because, you know, you realize, like, you know, when you didn't have status, when you didn't have power, right? And now you're becoming this person of power and status. I'm hearing that your platform and that your organization is very large. They're noticing this. They're realizing something about your career, and that you are a success in your careers. They're noticing that you're a maven, or that you're like an expert at something. And because of, like, you know, these hardships that you've had to endure, this empowerment that you have is so authentic. They like, people are really realizing that your like empowerment is very authentic. How you've empowered yourself to become successful is what people are realizing. They're realizing like what it took to get to this success that they're seeing now. They're realizing that they're noticing where you're going now, and that you've been, like, some of you guys have been traveling at this for a long time, and you're finally like reaping the results. I'm hearing a Scorpio is realizing your career, and that your journey was like destiny. Some of them are also realizing that, like, your person, okay, you and your person have a destiny together, and you have been revealing this destiny. I'm hearing some of you guys, you're quite literally like fortune tellers. A Cancer here is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing something about you guys has like psychic insights, third eye instincts about like where you were going, you know. So a lot of you, when you were in this like extreme scarcity, or like when your survival needs were more challenged, they see that this has like all of this these challenges have humbled you and you grew your own self-esteem. Some of them are realizing that like you built your self-esteem and you did it, like you were very responsible this entire time as well, is what I'm hearing. They're like, how some people can't believe like how humble you are, okay? Because they know like they might see you on the outside as such a success or so very attractive. It's like they can't believe that you are so just like humble in this like expression of yourself, okay? Going back to that frequency of realization, how these people are realizing is that your expression of yourself is not egoic, and that this empowerment, you know, that you are experiencing and the success that you're having now is authentic, and that's very beautiful, Pal One. I love that so much. Okay, we have Taurus energy. So I'm definitely getting that there was I'm hearing people are realizing that you're very loyal. Okay, this is someone that may like you, okay? And this person see that you're very refined as well. Like people are realizing that you're very refined and that you're very like, you know, just serene and sensible and just quiet and just like you don't like to disturb other people. People are realizing that you're very courteous as well. And I'm getting also with the success and 10th house energy, some people are noticing like how skillful and talented you are, right? That goes hand in hand with you being, you know, considered a success. A lot of you have like increased your stability in life, and like this is what I'm talking about with the root chakra. A lot of you in this beggar state previously, I'm hearing that there was not a whole lot of a secure attachment. Like I'm getting that there's been a huge deficiency around security, survival, and just like you not really being connected to reality. And I feel like you were very patient, very responsible. Capricorn sitting in the 10th house as well is about diligence, right? Capricorn ruled by Saturn. Some of you guys were going through your Saturn return. I'm definitely getting that this involves like now I have to address some shadow aspects of like some realizations that are happening with people. There's some negative people in your environment. There's definitely some negative people in your environment. I'm getting an earth sign feminine energy. They're very like, I'm hearing that you're so like, you're so level-headed. You're so practical and sensible, prudent, okay? Something about you being very refined in these environments. I'm hearing this may also involve like a lot of 11th house energies. So a lot of like social groups and networks and stuff like that. They're just like, these people are more sedentary than you are. More materialistic than you are. They don't listen very well. These people are, they might be younger than you, or not, you know, as intellectual as you are. These people are just very like, they're very sensitive to your aesthetic is what I'm hearing. Some of them are very, very sensitive to like how you look and like how you put yourself together and the beautiful, you know, environments that you create for yourself. And how stable you are, and just like you're very just like calm about things. You don't react with a lot of like haste, and you're just very like constant like energy. You're not like all over the place. And I'm also hearing that you're very fun loving too. So I'm hearing something about a get together or party, you know, that there was like a lot of fun, you know, you were socializing, or everyone, like there's a lot of socialite energy around you as well, because it's like so many people are noticing like that you were just like a generous energy as well. So like I'm definitely getting like Gemini, so you might be a Gemini or you might be an air sign, but I'm definitely getting like, you know, that's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but I'm getting just like you know how to communicate very well in like social interactions, and you bring a lot of balance and harmony, and people love talking to you. People love like looking at you and being around you, because they know that you have this spiritual authority. They know you're empowered. They know that you know how to do this shit, right? They know that you'd have been like, you know, like I feel like a lot of people, what they're realizing about you is that like you won't judge them for nothing. Like you are very just like open and fun loving, and like they see you as talented too, and like some of y'all always looking good. So it's like they know that this is not like some like materialistic facade. They know that you're just like not stuck up, and just like they know you're like, you know, you will extend compassion to them. So this is what people are realizing, and it makes you like, you know, I'm hearing everybody wants to be around you. So I'm hearing some negative feminines that are noticing you get like a lot of attention, and like you getting a lot of attention, and they're just like very like stubborn and just like not fun to be around. Because some of y'all, when people, I'm hearing, I don't know, I keep getting this, like I was trying to ignore this because I'm like, this is not that video, but like I'm definitely getting like that this is a lot of like opposite sex attention. Like, so the, you know, your friends in the same sex, right? Like, or your friend group or whatever. So they'll like see that you're getting like all of the attention is what I'm hearing. I'm hollering. There, people are realizing that you like to eat and sleep too. Okay, we have Hygeia. Hold on, I have to look this one up. I think I know what this one is, but hold on, let me look it up. Oh my gosh, yes. Oh my gosh, y'all, look. So I knew this was crazy. So look. So this was... So what people are realizing about you, pal, one, is that you're very clean, okay? I'm getting that there's a lot of attention being drawn. Like somebody is drawing big differences between you and some, like, and like these other feminines in this environment. I don't know where you're at, but it feels like they notice that you're like very different than the rest of them. Like something about you is just like everybody's attracted to you. Like everybody wants to be around you is what I'm hearing. And it's like I'm hearing that if this is a group of females and you like, and it's like male, I don't know, it seems like some type of social thing, but it's like if these are like, you're getting like attention from guys. I'm also getting that somebody here is like a homecoming queen, or there's like a pageant, you know, somebody winning the a pageant queen. Something about you getting honored by the opposite sex. Like, so if you're a female, like these are a lot of other males like honoring your beauty and just like wanting to be around you because you're also fun. Like it's like you're a beautiful, fun loving person. And all of these other feminines, like I'm also hearing that they don't have good hygiene, and that something just got, like I'm hearing that somebody just got exposed for having bad hygiene. And I'm hearing that, oh my god, this is not good. They're realizing that you have good hygiene compared to the rest of them, and that like I'm hearing somebody noticing that like that you don't have a smell, okay? Something about you not having a smell, or you don't have bacterial vaginosis is what I'm hearing, okay? I'm hearing somebody just got, you know, dragged for being like, somebody like in the color red is what I'm hearing. Something about the color red. You know, there's like, I'm hearing that these people are drawing big differences between you and these other females. And this is not good. These are some stark realizations. They're noticing that you're just like the queen, you know, and like, period. They love you, and like they know that you're loyal to them too. Some of this is a crush. You were like loyal to like a crush or something, is what I'm hearing. LOL. They're realizing your beauty for one. I'm hearing, oh my god, that's crazy. And then we have seek guidance. So some of you guys need to book a personal reading with me about something. I think this is probably related to your 10th house. So we definitely can get into like, you know, some more specific stuff. So with that being said, I'm just going to pull a message from my channel messages deck. This deck is so big now. Okay. I'm hearing that some people are like, they're doing they're noticing a lot of these differences between like on a social media profile, okay? So that you're intellectual and clean is what I'm hearing, okay? And everybody else is looking dumb is what I'm hearing. Something about a change that you made, people are realizing, is that it purified this environment. So an environment that was very dirty is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing dirt, filth, and grime, like something about people having bad hygiene. I'm hearing sexually transmitted diseases. I'm hearing infidelity in relationships. You know, I'm hearing a lot of disloyalty. Okay, this is why you guys are needing to seek guidance. I'm also hearing something about when your hair was blonde or platinum blonde. Okay, something about your beauty with Venus. There's a deception, okay, around your beauty is what I'm hearing. Okay, if that makes sense. Okay, because there's an earth sign feminine in your environment that's very jealous of your beauty. I'm hearing that something crazy happened where you need to book a personal reading. Okay, but let's see if we can get, you know, at least one little message from. Okay, we have Archangel Haniel. Okay. Some of you people, you know, people are really realizing that you're, this is beautiful. Even maybe I'm hearing that when you didn't have anything, I'm hearing you found joy in something that wasn't materialistic. Okay, this is what people are realizing. Okay, they feel like you have discovered the beauty in doing things that you love. Okay, with this Taurus energy. And that is bringing you true joy, because I feel like there's been something here where you were the sacrificial lamb with this Hygeia to purify an environment. Some of you guys, I will never forget this reading. We're going to do an updated reputation video, but I feel like you have this reputation. Maybe you have a reputation of being a sacrificial lamb, maybe, but I'm definitely getting that you guys are so pure. I'm hearing you're just like a light worker is what I'm hearing. So a lot of what you may be experiencing is just like a lot of situations where you have to kind of root out the dirt, you know, whether this be prejudice, whether this be deception, disloyalty, materialism, okay, any kind of falseness. But I feel like this beggar, or this time where you were very stressed or didn't have, you know, this material security that you have now, you still have a lot of woes from that period of time. I feel like this definitely forced you to be more realistic. I'm hearing that you came out of, like, maybe you were disconnected from reality before. Like, maybe you were very, you know, idealistic about things or very dreamy. I'm hearing some of you guys some, you know, some Piscean placements in your chart, or this might deal with a Pisces. Okay, so let's see what else is going on here. What are people realizing about you? Pow. Pow 1. Okay. Something that you're handling very responsibly. This might deal with legalities is what I'm hearing as well. So I'm definitely feeling like some of you guys are having, you're going to be, or you're having, you know, a lot of success in legal matters. Okay. But I'm hearing that there's been a huge sacrifice. Okay. We have the moon. All right. I'm definitely getting a lot of water signs and a lot of earth signs in this reading, okay? But I'm getting that you guys might be air signs, or this has to do with the communications that you're receiving. So I definitely feel like you guys are very beautiful, okay? You're definitely giving goddess level energy, very feminine energy, very beautiful, okay? There's a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces that's very jealous of your beauty. I'm definitely getting a lot of different negative feminines in your environment. Water sign, earth sign, mostly. Some of them you have legal issues with, and you need to seek guidance. I'm also hearing some of you guys started therapy, or people are realizing that you are very, you know, you're focused on your mental health. People are realizing that you might have mood swings, but I feel like this is like something around your instincts being, you know, in survival. It's just like some of you guys are just like, you got PTSD, or you're having a lot of, you know, mood swings, honey. So I'm hearing you up and down, you're up and down, okay? But some of you guys need to start therapy, and that's the guidance that you need to seek, okay? If you're feeling that there's a deception in your environment, I would definitely feel that you should book a personal reading, okay? We have the letter U. Okay, I'm hearing that this is all about you. And what I say about the water element, okay? Water is a very heavy element. It's very emotional. Okay, we have the moon and we have the water element coming out here. A lot of you, you've had to really, I'm hearing that you've done a lot of emotional work on yourself. And a lot of people are noticing, you know, how stable you are emotionally, or how you're getting stable emotionally. Is very good. Okay, so without rambling too much, I know I got stuck on that emotional. There's a lot of like baggage from the past, like a lot of heavy emotions from the past that you're experiencing. So, but this is about, how people are realizing you. But definitely, if you're experiencing some heaviness, definitely seek some guidance, because I feel like a lot of this is like may require regression work. But I'm also getting that, a lot of, what you're experiencing is like your deep perspective is what people are realizing. And it's because you experience these emotions so deeply during this process of empowering yourself. You really had to pull yourself out of a dark place is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing you climbed a mountain. So we have impatience. Okay, so I'm definitely getting that, some of your mood swings may involve, you feeling impatient about things. So you're just being reminded to like stay patient, okay? I know that you might be experiencing a lot of different changes, but it's like, you had to change so much in order to be successful, in order to get successful. Don't be impatient with yourself. These people, are especially realizing, that a lot of these people, I'm hearing, people are noticing a copycat, or like people trying to plagiarize you. And, a lot of them are just realizing that those people were just impatient and they just wanted to get to the success, very ruthlessly. And just like, they had a ruthless ambition about them. But you're just like very, I'm hearing very pure in your ambition, okay? And you're very talented, of course, okay? So I know that you have, you're struggling with some heavy emotions. But you have to like, you're actually doing very well. Okay, what these people have been reflecting to you, these negative feminines, what they've been reflected to you is that they're very materialistic, and that they're so impatient when it comes to their growth. They just want to get more and more stuff. They just want to appear more and more in a certain type of way. So, let's see if anything specific is coming up with these people. Okay, I'm getting particularly an earth sign and a water sign that is, very concerned about like your different changes and you becoming, this person of power and status. But everyone else is just realizing how different you are than the rest of these people, and that you were very patient with yourself, and you trusted your guidance, and you trusted the different changes, and you found joy in your, in non-materialistic things when you didn't have anything, is what I'm hearing. Okay, they see that you have a very heavy self-esteem. Is that it's not attached to any material thing, and that it's not attached to, like how you look. They see that you're very realistic as well. Some of them, they see that you waited a long time. Some of you are very successful right now. If your name, I'm getting your name starts with a letter A or something. Some of you are very successful right now, and they've seen you. You've like worked very hard to get to this point. Some of them, they literally watched you, like I'm hearing, year after year build success. And they see that you weren't quick to like start buying and hopping on like these material trends, and that you just waited to find what was right for you. You waited to find your your truest authentic expression of yourself. You were very patient with yourself. But I feel like you are maybe experiencing a lot of mood swings now, because like I'm hearing, coming into reality is just like, I'm also getting like just like some things are disillusioning, and just like, you may be very tired as well, is what I'm hearing. Like I said, some of you guys are drinking a lot of coffee. So Let's see. I'm hearing wait for your guidance. I'm hearing that, this, I'm hearing you're like, you are your own guide. With this moon, your soul, like you only you know where to go. So, it's hard to seek guidance sometimes, but I'm definitely getting that, like, there are people that can offer insights. So, always be open to, like, connecting with other people. So let's see what's going on. We have the moon reversed. We have the Eight of Swords reversed. Good. They see some type of change that you're making, is putting you in economic power, is what I'm hearing. They see that you've released some type of limitation and some type of subconscious fears that you were having around a change that you needed to make to be successful. And now that you've made that change, they're seeing you as like a very successful businessman, businesswoman. They're seeing you very talented, very skillful, very intellectual. You're very refined. I'm getting some of y'all done bought y'allself a nice watch. Some of y'all done bought yourself a nice watch, y'all. Nah, I cannot play. Y'all are too funny. Y'all looking good. I'm hearing y'all looking dapper down. I'm getting you all lined up. You ain't playing with them no more because you ain't scared to make this money no more. I'm hearing that things that you needed to emotionally withdraw from, that was causing a lot of emotional heaviness and a lot of mood swings, has put you in such like a secure place. Like, learning detachment, okay, and seeking guidance and truth in other places. I'm also hearing certificates and degrees and all these kind of accolades and achievements on the wall for you. Power one is what people are realizing. I love that so much. I definitely see so much success coming in, but you have to stay tuned for more. To be continued, you guys. Thank you so much for joining. Let me know how this resonates down in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hi, Pal 2. Welcome to your selection. So you chose the God archetype and the shadow aspect. Despotism and cruelty, using power to control people. Okay. Pal 2. I'm hearing that these people, they're noticing that you can be cruel sometimes. Like, you can be mean. They see you as being very spiteful and angry. Like, there's something about them. They realize when you have that revenge streak in you, I'm hearing vengeance. So there's something about you being motivated by vengeance, okay? That people are realizing about you. They didn't know that you were, something about you became like God to these people. You became like an icon. You became omnipotent to their ass. Like, I'm hearing that something about you is just like you are their God. Like, and I'm hearing that everybody has to bow to you. It's something about you, like with this God archetype. It's like with the despotism especially, it feels like you have like the supreme and sole authority. Like, I don't know how you did this. I don't know how you did this, Pal 2. I'm so sorry, Pal 2. What kind of power is this that you have? I'm hearing something about a Virgo. A Virgo and a Scorpio. Something about a Virgo and a Scorpio. Or something about September and November. Because I feel like, you've done something cruel to someone and you were very indifferent about it. They seen that you did something, just like you treated it like you were very calloused about it and you didn't give a fuck. I'm getting like y'all were just like you gave somebody a very big fuck you. Okay, I'm hearing something about a Leo and a Pisces and a Capricorn and a Cancer. Or there's maybe that Virgo, Scorpio also. But like, I'm getting that like, something about you were very cruel. You were very cruel about it. And it's like it gave you, I'm hearing that it gave you the like supreme authority. I don't know what it is, what you did, but they feel like you did something very ruthless. And this, oh my God, this is like just what I was getting. So for me, this definitely reflects like maybe, you know, erring on the side of abuse, but I'm hearing that you choose violence very consciously. In my opinion, you know, violence is always a conscious choice. So when you are violent to these people, or when you do something cruel to these people, and I'm hearing that you use your absolute force on them, it helps you recognize the deep connection that you have to the earth. Some of you guys actually do love like the earth. People are like, you know, I'm hearing that they're noticing, I'm not sure if they're saying that this is a contradiction, but they're seeing something about you, like you being an ideology. Okay, something about you is like very cult like. Okay, I'm hearing a Taurus and a Leo and a Pisces. Is something about you is like you have like control over people. And I'm getting that some of you guys are very like, you know, you might be an earth sign yourself, but I'm definitely getting like there's so much beauty in just like when you choose. I'm here like, I don't want to say this, but some people, some people are like, oh my God, they're very cruel. But I'm here, or very violent. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you attack someone, or maybe I'm hearing that you have looks that can kill, or you have like your throat chakra, or like your mouth is very smart. Okay, it's something here. I'm hearing that you know how to just like exert your absolute control over people. Okay, more earth sign energy, Capricorn energy, Saturn. Okay. Something about you teaching people. I'm hearing that you disciplined someone, okay? Or, you know, maybe they seen you give your child a whooping, okay? Or maybe, you know, you really did discipline someone and you gave them like negative consequences for bad behavior. Something about you was very just like I'm hearing that you, like something about you is very militant as well. Like you're a trooper, state trooper, military, okay? But it's like some of you are just like, I don't know what they're realizing that you're very serious in your power, okay? Very serious about your control. And you don't care if you have to be like cruel about it, okay? You don't care if you have to be cruel about it. Okay, because something about you became very omnipotent, and it's like they feel like your force is eternal. Something maybe that you went through that was very hard in your life, or very strong challenge, or, you know, disappointment or failure, where you had to you didn't have a choice. Something about you had to keep going. You had to like do things that most people would not have to do. So a lot of you're not very sympathetic to people. I'm hearing that some of you actually are like the opposite of Pal One, where you're very like, I don't give a fuck what your excuse is. Like people are noticing that you have like this, like no excuses, like this, you're very stoic as well. You know, people are like really realizing that you won't stop. You won't let up. It's just like there's nothing that you can do. And Pal 2 doesn't give a fuck if they have to just like be cruel about it. Okay. Oh, I'm hearing something about you being like, something about you, like they noticing that you can be a little abusive, okay? I'm hearing, you know, this comes from, I'm hearing, of course, this comes from a lot of like family violence and just like, you know, normalizing of abuse. But, you know, I'm hearing like something about the letter P here. Their name starts with the letter P. I'm hearing that you're very different with like when you're not at work though. Some of you can be very different when you're not at work. With this Vesta energy, that definitely like I'll double check that, but I definitely feel like this is around like a partnership as well, is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing a new bay, okay? Let me see here. Yeah, this is where I was going, okay? So I'm hearing that something happened to you, Power 2, okay, in a relationship, in an abusive relationship that you were in. I'm hearing that in this relationship, you're very romantic, very thoughtful, very sweet, very caring, very expressive, right? You make people feel safe. You make it feel like family. You make it feel like a home, okay? People are noticing that, you know, you, like, I'm getting particularly, if you are feminine, you know what it's giving? It's giving Daenerys Targaryen. That's what it's giving, okay? Some of y'all is very ruthless when it comes to protecting like your home and kingdom and shit. But I feel like there's something here that happened in a relationship that made you mature. Okay, an abusive relationship where you took away your caring and nurturing qualities. Okay, because somebody was abusing their power over you, or being very like they were very abusive. Okay, some of you are very traditional in your relationships is what people are realizing. Okay, but you know, something where I'm hearing the abusive relationship, like I'm hearing some of you guys have had to learn your lessons through your relationships. And I definitely feel like, you know, when you were this wounded feminine energy, okay, you were getting very abused as well, okay, by your masculine. Okay, I'm hearing there's also been a sacrifice for you guys to heal this subtle dysfunction. I'm hearing some of you guys, this is a subtle dysfunction, okay, with your family. And people are like, y'all are crazy as fuck. Something about y'all, you know, people are realizing that you and your person are very crazy about each other, or that, you know, y'all come from domestic violence. Okay, I'm also hearing something about people are realizing that you're very like you're like something about your sustainability efforts, or your like you don't like to waste things. You're very conservative about things, very modest, very mindful, very demure. Okay, you see how you wear your hair for work, you see how you do your eyelashes for work, you see how you wear your nails for work. Very mindful. Okay. Some of you, they're seeing you, if this is newer people and it's not so heavy as a domestic violence, if this is a newer relationship, this person is like, you know, sometimes you're shy, other times you're outgoing and unpredictable. LOL. Some of them, you know, these people are realizing like, damn, like you just gotta be all omnipotent and all controlling, all absolute like that. Like some of them. So I'm definitely getting that okay, if this is a romantic partner, okay, they like you, right, and they don't really give a fuck, but I definitely feel like they saw you do something very cruel to someone. Okay. They saw you become very cruel to someone, and they saw you like they saw you like exert your absolute force over this person. Okay, they know that deep down you are a very caring person, but I'm hearing that people who go against you, you know, you really put them out. I'm hearing that you really like I'm hearing that, like, I don't know, the flame just puff. Like I'm something about like you give them the smoke that they looking for. Okay, because some of you guys, you really don't fuck around about shit. I'm hearing, like I said, you are the power, you are the controller. Because I'm hearing, you know, a lot of these people who try to like, you know, come up against you, I'm hearing that they didn't have to sacrifice as much as you have had to for this shit, right? So the fact that I'm hearing this a Cancer, or like these feminines that were very like, you know, that, you know, they didn't have good sense. You know, I'm also hearing that they were jealous of you with your masculines. They seen that you and your masculine were very safe with each other. Y'all were very sensitive and sensual and flirtatious and romantic and caring and sweet with one another. You know, it's like you have to show them a very different, like these opponents, you have to show them a very different side of yourself. And your person is realizing that when it comes to your sense of duty, or your like what you have power over, you're really just like not, you know, letting up the reins on that. Okay, some of you guys are also, you know, they see that you're very sentimental about things, and like, you know, you cherish things a lot. You cherish your experiences with your family, you know, even though you guys have had, you know, to deal with this domestic violence. Okay, I'm also hearing that like you guys are still very joyful with each other too. I'm hearing that even if y'all fight with one another, I'm hearing that people are realizing your relationship, your abusive relationship, they're saying like, even if you guys like do fight with one another, even if you guys do fight with one another, you guys still like have fun with each other. And that y'all still love each other. But they know that y'all both just are dealing with maybe psychological ailments, or I think that they see, like, some of you, you are the mother of their children. They see that you're very, like, they see that you're very, they see the beauty in all that you do. Like, even if you have to, like, I'm like, there's something about you being a mother. And, like, maybe, you know, they're like, okay, but a mother is not supposed to be abusive. I'm like, oh my God. Okay. It's like something about you when people remind you, like, I don't know, it's something about, I don't know. You let me know how this resonates down in the comments below. Because I'm trying to get to the bottom of this, because this is really interesting. I think this is how, like, where this subtle dysfunction comes from in your family. Like, some of you guys is not so much crazy violence, hopefully. But I'm definitely getting that there's subtleties of dysfunction, okay, that may have been causing this huge feud between you and your person. But I'm definitely getting, like, something about you having a major sacrifice, you know, for your family, or for, like, the stability and just, like, you know, place where you are now. It's like when people who haven't had to sacrifice as much do something, like, they, like, it's like you become you become very scary is what I mean. I'm hearing that you literally, like, you have looks that can kill. You have, like, your mouth, words that could kill. Like, it's very, like, you're very wild. It's like you have a way of, like, being violent, okay? I'm hearing something about an abusive mother, okay? So, let's see. I'm hearing something about you showed this person just, like, how you can, like, we have the big picture. Yeah, some of you guys, you know, with this sacrifice, you had to, like, look at the big picture about things. You had to become very realistic about things. With this God archetype, with the benevolence, with this God archetype, you know, you showed this person, like, that you, first of all, you guys, like, I don't know, y'all are very dysfunctional, but a little bit, like, a little toxic, okay? Like, you did something abusive to this person that may have exploited their mommy issues or their mommy wounds, okay? I'm getting particularly, like, maybe something around, like, their body image, or, like, I'm getting particularly, like, you know, especially, like, with your men, okay, with your masculines, and how feminine you usually are with them, and how nurturing and caring you usually are. Something that you did was very, like, you know, abusive to this person, and you kind of, like, showed them the shadow aspects of the mother, if that makes sense, and how, like, you are, like, in control of them. Like, I'm hearing that you, I don't know, like, especially with this sexy time coming out, it feels like you are, like, in control of, like, how they feel in their body. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, y'all let me know how that resonates. Okay, let's get a little bit more. Let's get a little bit more. So, yeah. This is so this definitely is somebody who loves you, okay? And you love them too. Even if you've done something abusive to them, I'm hearing that you showed them. It's not that you really feel that way, okay? I'm getting that there's a strong realization around, like, some abusive thing that you did in your relationship with your person, and it was driven by, like, some type of volatile mood swing that you had, okay? And that you're still maturing from this, and you're still healing and still growing, you know, into your, you know, acceptance around some type of grief that you may be having that may, you know, stem from a family or childhood violence, okay? I'm definitely getting that both of you guys have developmental trauma. So there's a lot of abuse that you guys have come from. But you guys both see the bigger picture, and that, you know, just because you guys come from this violence doesn't mean that you have to continue with this violence, okay? And you both are very mature about it, because this person knows that, like, I'm hearing that something that they knew, you know, the reason why you did this was because you actually, like, love them and, like, obsessed with them, but, like, you did this because, you know, you wanted to hurt them, or, like, you were having a mood swing, and that, you know, they may have exploited some kind of wounds, okay, childhood wounds of yours. So, you know, you guys are very forgiving of each other. There's a lot of unconditional love in this abusive relationship. But I'm hearing that, you know, in this period of waiting, you know, you were very angry, okay? Very angry at this. I'm hearing a separation with your person, because I'm hearing that this is your family, and that, you know, you miss, you know, how you guys, you know, do that right there, okay? You miss it, okay? Some of you guys, you really do, like, you know, it's like, even if you guys have, you know, disrespected each other's body, or, you know, there was violence of, like, with in the physical with this person, I feel like you ultimately, like, heal each other when you touch, okay? You guys need to do a lot of touching each other, because, you know, if you guys did something abusive to, like, hurt each other's body image, you know, I don't think that you guys mean, like, what you did. So, like, and you guys both see the bigger picture and see that, like, this was to heal, you know, your like, you know, violence, and, like, you know, that you guys have had in your families and in your organizations, you know, just learning how to sustain your family more is what I'm hearing as well. Some of you guys are really, like, focused on going green with your family. Some of you guys have PCOS, or there's, like, an autistic child here, okay? So let's see, pile 2. So what are people realizing about you? The 6th house, yeah, that this is about your work, okay? This is your work. I'm hearing something about a diet as well. We have conformist. We have plotting your downfall. Okay, I'm hearing a Cancer. Lack of trust. Okay. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have the 8th house, which is, like, more about sex and just, like, your relationship with your person, like, you know, how intimate you guys are. But because you guys have disrespected each other, it definitely could have made you guys feel unsafe with each other. So, you know, what I'm also hearing is that there's somebody that, you know, there's a conformist here plotting your downfall. Let me get more about who this person is. They're definitely watching you from a fake social media account. They're definitely watching you from a fake social media account, is what I'm hearing. Let's see, what is this person? Give me more information about this person who's realizing this. I'm hearing that while you're having this, like, you know, I'm hearing some of them, you know, they're very, I don't know, some of you with the sacrifice with this Vesta, you know, this definitely, like, you've been very devoted, okay? Some of you guys have really, like, coped with a lot of failures, or just, like, you know, maybe you've lost money, you've lost employment, okay? You ran into an illness or some type of crisis or emergency, okay? And I'm hearing there's something about you having a caring and sensitive relationship with someone who helped heal you. And, you know, I'm also hearing that you guys, you know, you healed your guys' body with each other, like your body together, okay? I'm hearing that while you were facing an adversity, there's been a conformist that has, you know, been plotting your downfall, okay? I'm also hearing that this person may have been the reason, you know, for, like, you know, putting, you know, seeds of doubt in your person, because I'm also hearing that you guys have a lot of scarcity trauma, you know, not having enough, right? A lot of, you know, you guys are just, you know, abusive by nature, okay? Pills and Potions by Nicki Minaj. So I'm definitely getting like, some of you guys have had, you know, you've done like drugs, or you've, you know, there's prison, or there's like, you know, issues with the law, and just like, you know, so a lot of you guys have just like not had, haven't been trusting each other. Okay, you haven't been trusting each other. I'm also hearing that for some of you, there's a lot of illness that was related to like a diet, okay, or poor diet. Okay, there's illness. I'm hearing for a Leo, there's an illness related to a poor diet. Okay, yeah, what was I getting? I'm hearing that some of you guys are still struggling to reach acceptance around certain things. I'm also, you know, I'm hearing a Capricorn is realizing that, and that you know, this reversal that you experienced with the 6th house, and how much you've grown from it. You know, you still, there's still grief around this, you know, this adversity that you faced. Okay, and this is why sometimes you might become cruel or volatile. So that's what I'm seeing. Let's get some little bit of tarot around this person. I'm hearing a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, and Aquarius. These conformist people, they're very conventional. I'm hearing they're doing something very conventional with you. It's like, I'm hearing something about their envy is very conventional, or them like copycat or in secret competition. Like, this is very conventional. Somebody who don't have their own identity is what I'm hearing. Something they're very irritated, okay? And they're trying to like, I don't know what they're trying to do, but I'm hearing Aquarius. Somebody's trying to plot your downfall. LOL. They're mad because you're so mysterious, okay? Something about these people, like, they're having realizations about your relationship, because maybe you've been very open about this, but I'm hearing that about, like, especially if this deals with your employment, your work, some of them are in competition for your work, okay? And you know, they don't want you to have, you know, this, okay? When you have, like, you're showing them very well that you have the absolute authority, is what I'm hearing. And I'm hearing that you will be cruel to them if they can't, you know, accept their place, is what I'm hearing. So, LOL, I'm hearing the Capricorn and Aquarius needs to know that they just are not the absolute power that you are. And your person have seen you, you know, exert your power over these people, is what I'm hearing. So let's do this. Okay. I'm hearing that you have been like pursuing good health. So I feel like a lot of what the relationship that's being drawn here is that, like, your relationship, like, where you see all these different abuses happening. I'm hearing like you're abusing your relationships, abusive relationships, abusive organizations, right? Religious organizations especially. I'm hearing that some of you guys dropped a religion, you know, because you realized that religion was just using, was trying to control you guys as finances or something like that. And I'm hearing that some of you guys, you really formed your own ideology, is what this person's realizing. And that because you have like this like absolute power, this ideology, I don't even know how to put it. Like, who are you? Like, why are you God? Like, why? I'm here, why did you have to like become God? Like, I'm hearing that you became like, you know, the eternal force. And like, you realize that some of these people will not let up, is what I'm hearing. You know, they keep thinking that there's going to be a downfall when you have like, there will not be, is what I'm hearing, okay? There will not be a downfall for you. Even if you do have the tendency to be cruel sometimes, I'm hearing that because you have this power, it's just, I don't know what power this is. Like, maybe it's quite literally a position of leadership, or just like, you know, I'm hearing your own devotion speaks. And then I'm hearing in turn, people become devoted to you. So I'm hearing that you and your person in this separation with this Saturn energy especially, you know, they notice that you and your person have been in a feud. They realize that, and they they feel like this period was for you guys to like make sure that there's trust in this relationship, because some of you guys are very powerful, you and this person. And I'm hearing that this separation is coming to an end because, baby, it's time. Okay, I'm hearing it's time. And a Scorpio, it knows that it's about to happen. Okay, so tell me about these people who want to tell me about these people who want to plot your downfall. Okay, somebody here, I'm hearing that these are these people. Some of you, these are the ex-partners. Okay, these are the ex-partners. Okay, you know, that were trying to block your person. So let's see, we have the Seven of Swords. Oh my gosh. Okay, who else is this person? You know, they're trying to do something deceptive. Somebody's trying to, Cancer is trying to plot your downfall. Okay, we have the Fool in reverse. I'm hearing an Aquarius. And then we have the Five of Cups. Okay, so tell me more about this. Actually, let's get one more of these. Tell me more about this. What are people realizing? Okay, so there's definitely deception going on with this Cancer. Okay, so I'm hearing the name that starts with the letter K, a letter S, or a letter A. I'm also getting that this could definitely be a Scorpio Cancer. Okay, Scorpio getting big for sure. There's a lot of deception with this Scorpio. I'm hearing there's something, a sort of truth that they've been hiding behind their back to try to manipulate you. Okay, somebody has been hiding some information from you, and I'm hearing that you have been slowly healing this abandonment with this person. Some of you guys, this is an ex-wife or ex-partner. This person, you were very naive in the past. With this Fool, you were very naive, and you took a risk with this person and got involved with this person. Some of you guys had children with this person, and I'm telling you right now, this is not your family. Okay, some of you, if this is just somebody who's wanting to fight with you about your career, this person is not. I'm hearing that they're taking a lot of foolish risk. I'm hearing that you are very responsible and realistic and very mature, and it's kind of the opposite of this Fool. Okay, in the reverse. This person, I don't think that this is going to end very well for them with the Fool in the reverse. Okay, so let me give me more information around the Seven of Swords. Who is this person? You know, for some of you, this is someone just plotting your downfall. Okay, I'm also hearing that for some of you guys, they know, like, if this is an ex-partner, especially if they were married, your person was married, this person is going to try to, they're going to have an urge to destroy your relationship. So, I'm hearing a Capricorn needed to hear that. Okay, somebody's going to have an urge to destroy your relationship. A family, a feminine in your environment, a family member, a Scorpio mother is what I'm hearing, a Pisces mother, mother of your children, mother, your mother. Okay, but I'm hearing that something about your mother wounding. You're being very, you know, I don't know if this, I'm getting that this is either this person or you. Somebody is taking some like foolish risk with a person. Okay, and this person is deceptive, but because your mommy issues run so deep, you know, you have been slow at healing this. Okay, you're finally coming to this acceptance of the abandonment of your mother. Okay, some of you guys have been healing a relationship with your mother, and you know, but for mostly, like, if you don't feel like your relationship with your mother is healing, this is not your pal. Some of you guys, your relationship with your mother or the mother of your children is a lost cause. Okay, for others, let's see. There was a lot going on in this pile, you guys. So I'm definitely getting kind of two storylines. You know, from the beginning, you know, what this is drawing, I'm hearing that the common theme, you know, where, you know, people are realizing abusive qualities within you. This is helping you realize a deception in your environment that is related to a mother wounding. Okay, somebody where you were foolish and naive. Someone when you thought you had a sister or a friend, You thought you had a mother in them, a big sister, that's what I'm hearing, an aunt. You know, these feminines have been deceptive. Okay, somebody wearing I'm hearing a Gemini. Somebody wearing a bun on their head. Okay, somebody with a bun on top of their head. Okay. Some people here was jealous of your relationship with your masculine. They was jealous of how romantic y'all are. Okay. So this person's very spiteful. Okay. We have the 7th house. Give me more information around this deception. Okay. Divine timing. Okay. Some of you guys, this was somebody you were married to, a partnership. Okay. And we have adjusting to change. So some of you guys, this was, I'm hearing somebody's name starts with the letter B. You. Okay. There's been a karmic ending in this situation, okay? And this situation has been divinely timed. This is over. For most of you, there was a partnership here. This could have been work or marriage, but I'm definitely getting that this was something very big. And this person has been so deceptive, okay? Some of you, you're seeing the bigger picture because you're realizing that this person was just a small mishap. And you're, like, moving on, you know, into this, like, big sense of duty. Okay, is what people are realizing. This abusive situation that you endure with this person was like a false person. You know, I'm hearing a Pisces, you know, a boss. Okay, the person was a false person. You took a foolish risk, and you know, you were naive in this situation. You didn't see them correct. I'm hearing you didn't have discernment. Okay, and you know, this person caused a lot of abandonment. Yeah, prison. Some of you, this person is the reason you went to prison, okay? Somebody that you were married to, okay? And because of this Cancerian energy, this mommy issue that you've been having, this person was pretending to be nurturing, sensitive, and caring, okay? This is not okay. Tell me more about this. A lot of slow healing from this deceptive person. Okay, a parlor. And now you're going off to receive high honors. Okay, yeah, what did I say? On the bottom of the deck, marriage. This involves a marriage. Okay, there's deception in this marriage. This person is responsible for you being in prison. Okay, something happened where, you know, you guys were chatting in the living room, or there was a conversation. I'm also getting the names, the age of 31, 21, 25, and 29, okay? You know, this deceptive feminine, you know, and if this is your person, you know, they may have gone to prison, and, you know, you guys have been, you know, very toxic, is because they dealt with a false person that pretending to be nurturing, caring, and sensitive, okay? This person, you know, made a huge sacrifice, but they are going to receive so much high honors, and both of you are. This is, you know, this is the bigger picture that you guys are seeing. This small person, okay? You may have had some sorrows in the past, but you're going to live a full life, and you have purpose now. This Scorpio, this mother, okay? Someone that posed to be maternal, okay? I'm so sorry that happened to you, for my masculines out there. But you needed to clear this mommy issue that you had with this person. They were not nurturing, sensitive, and caring. This was the facade that they were wearing to manipulate and beguile you, okay? Something with a conversation, okay? Or something happened at a door in a foyer, okay? I'm hearing you became very discouraged and troubled. But look how you pulled yourself out of this issue here. This 5 of Cups is reversed now. And, you know, this is a change. You know, this truth that you have about this partnership is a change that you were not ready for. But you're lucky that you have the truth about this feminine. Because, you know, you don't need anybody in your camp. Where you're going, they can't come no more. Okay? And this divine timing came and brought you truth. Okay? I love that, so you can have acceptance and peace now. I love you so much, pal, too. Let me know how that resonates down in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hi, Pal 3. Welcome to your selection. So we have the detective in the light aspect, great powers of observation and intuition, desire to seek out the truth. So people are noticing that you got the truth about something. Okay, some of you guys, you end up, you just, I'm hearing you perceive some things with your mind. Okay, lots of third house energy, lots of practical sensibilities about you. Okay, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. Okay, so a lot of air sign, like bringing in a lot of justice as well. I'm definitely getting that some of this, involves some deception, especially if you're here from Pal 2. Some of you guys observed something with your mind, or you had an intuition. You're very intuitive. But some of you guys found out a truth about something, and maybe I'm hearing that some of you guys, you really started, you started investigating, you started reading a lot, you started putting together clues, I'm hearing you started doing something to put together a truth that was I'm hearing a mystery. I'm hearing something was mysterious, that people are realizing that you got the truth about, okay? Maybe because you have this very keen observation and you had a very strong intuition about certain things. I'm hearing a Leo, okay? And a Capricorn, a Scorpio, and an Aries, a Taurus, all right? So, interesting energy. So we have the heart chakra. The heart chakra has been such a big thing lately, okay? So, your capacity to deeply and unconditionally love and your healing properties harmonize your mind and body. So people are realizing, okay, so definitely some of you guys, a lot of people in the collective, have dealt with some type of adversity or some kind of illness, okay? Definitely a situation where your heart chakra was blocked and a lot of disconnection from your physical vessel. I'm getting a lot of a lot of trauma, a lot of issues with your nervous system and your spinal column. You guys, a lot of you would definitely benefit from doing, heart opening exercises right now. A lot of heart opening postures, particularly chakrasana, so back bends, baby back bends, a lot of things to open your chest, because something about this really, you're struggling. I'm not going to say you're still struggling, but I'm definitely getting that this heart opening was a challenge for you, because something, where you could have closed yourself out to close yourself off to love. You could have closed yourself off to people after dealing with something like this, after this kind of deception that may have happened to you. But I'm hearing that you have been healing so much, and I'm definitely getting some of you guys are mothers or wives or fathers, husbands. You guys have this really, really unconditionally loving heart. I'm hearing that there's been a lot of forgiveness, and this forgiveness is healing so much grief being stored in your body, okay? So I'm definitely getting that a lot of what we say in yoga is that trauma can be stored in your hips and things like that, and grief is can be stored in your organs. So I feel a lot of what you have dealt with this heart chakra is that a lot of unprocessed emotions, but I feel these unprocessed emotions were related to you lacking closure in certain aspects of your life, and how this lack of closure was tremendously causing ailment. I'm hearing something about some deception, something where this was responsible for a complete disconnection from your mind and your body, okay? But I feel you I'm hearing that this was such an emotion, this blockage was so big because there was a tremendous amount of I don't know, let's get into it. There's something where you were missing a lot of information, so you weren't able to really it makes sense why you got disconnected. It makes sense why your mind and body got disconnected, okay? But I feel because it's you are so perceptive now, okay? We have the 7th house, okay? The 7th house also came out a little bit in Pal 2. So this is about an injury is what I'm hearing. you know, this may have happened in a hospital, this may have happened in a workplace, this may have happened in a marriage, something where you are needing to get a fair deal, okay? Because this truth that you're getting is responsible for an illness, a crisis, or some kind of loss, okay? I'm hearing that there's definitely damage. And I'm hearing that I'm hearing a partnership, you know, someone here is realizing that because of this heart chakra awakening and this connection to everyone and all that there is, this is so beautiful. And your unconditionally loving heart is actually aligned you with a kindred spirit, or like a relationship where an alliance, a partner, where there's a lot of balance and cooperation. And this person is like, you are preparing, you know, they're realizing that you're getting a fair deal out of this situation, okay? This is very beautiful. I'm hearing that something that you're doing, a Pisces is realizing this. And they're realizing that you're very diplomatic about it. You're very fair. Because something where there was a wrong against you and you were able to get the truth, okay? And this, you know, you realize that this is actually something that was like a wrongful injury, okay? So let's see. I'm hearing they're noticing one of your partners is cooperating to get you a fair deal. Interesting. So let's see. What are people realizing about you? What did I say? Justice. Yes. Okay. They're realizing that you're getting, like, there's something fair happening for you. Okay. A negotiation that is coming out very fair for you. Okay. The scales are balancing around this situation. I'm hearing that something about you, you know, enhancing your decision-making skills have brought you like balance and truth, okay? I love that so much. Something about where you were able to put together a storyline of deception, okay? Interesting. What's going on with you guys? Let's get more into it. What are people realizing about you? Period. Okay. And in turn, I'm hearing that you, like, this is just so much harmony is coming in your relationships, and your inheritance is here, especially if you're from Pal 2. The 8th house came out there. There's a lot of 8th house energy here where there will be a lot of like inheritance, alimonies. For some of you guys, there was a marriage where there was infidelity, or you like something where this person, you know, I'm hearing something about this person is going to have to pay you back, or they're going to have to do jail time. Some of you guys, this person was wrongfully collecting alimony when they were like, there was infidelity, okay? So, or they weren't paying their alimony. We have Venus energy also big in the collective right now. So we have something where these people, these deceptive people around you, these are the ones that are realizing that you just got a fair deal, okay? Something about them, they realized that they could not get away with what they were doing, okay? A Leo and a Pisces and a Taurus and an Aries and a Libra, okay? I'm hearing the names to start. I'm hearing Brianna a lot. Brianna, Brittany, something related to legalities. I'm hearing the name that starts with the letter J or a letter LMS. A letter J. Did I say that? Okay, we have sexy time coming out again. Oh my gosh. LOL. So these people noticing that because you were of service, I'm hearing something about your humanitarian efforts have shown, like, have helped you get a fair deal at something. I'm hearing an investment, okay, or something is coming out in your favor, and people are realizing like that this is the justice. Your humanitarian work is the justice. Your success now is the justice, your deal. I'm hearing some of you guys are actually like, not only are you getting the recognition, but you're also getting the inheritance or alimony as well, is what I'm hearing. But I'm hearing that's something where you definitely, this heart awakening that you went under, definitely like you had to, like, I'm hearing that you really had to address like the negative side of this thing, okay? Because this was not, the truth that you got was like an injury or wrong to you, okay? But because of you were so powerful, and your mind was so smart and keen, and because you were so intuitive too, I'm hearing that you just like, your partners ate too. I'm hearing all your partners, they ate. your partners is harmonious. Like, I'm hearing your relationships are just so bomb that people are going to, like, they're cooperating and they're going to be loyal with you, okay? And this is so beautiful because some of them, they see how you just, like, you know, how you heal yourself and others, okay? How you healed your mind, your body, and how you protect people, okay? They know that you are good, okay? They know that you are good, and that whatever happened to you was not, like, it was not okay. So I'm hearing that you've been running, like, a lot of your partners, I'm hearing a lot of your romantic partners have been like angels to you, and they have been like, I'm hearing your partners are very like loyal to you and very dedicated. Like, they are very, like, they're realizing that your partners, they're always very fair with you. They provide something for you, and help you push yourselves. I'm hearing they help you push yourself and help you, like, I'm hearing a lot of your male influences, you know, a lot of father figures, a lot of brothers, and a lot of your, like, your romantic males as well. And just flip it if it's like for feminine energies. It helps you, like, harmonize yourself, okay? A lot of your, like, relationships have been so, like, your lovers have been, like, unconditionally loving as well. And you guys forgive each other a lot. And they realize that a lot, like, these people are realizing that a lot of your partners that you, like, have this good, you know, sexy time with, they're, like, they take care of you. They're real partners. They cooperate. And they've helped you get justice in your life. They help you win something is what I'm hearing as well. Because I feel like somebody here was trying to falsify some information against you, okay? Some of you guys, if you went to jail, you went to prison wrongfully, or you went to, like, you know, you were, like, there was some fraudulence, okay? I'm definitely hearing, like, that, you know, or there's injury, you know, something where your, like, human and civil rights were definitely just, like, violated. Then I'm definitely seeing, like, your inheritance is coming in some type of form, whether that be straight from this deal, or, like, your legal matters coming out in your favor, or whether this be, like, your poetic justice. Like, either way, you're very successful and very high honored. And I'm hearing that you have this lover that is, like, obsessed with you because of your beauty as well. So they're, like, you know, they're realizing that you have brought justice to the situation and you have everything that you want now. LOL is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing there's something about you having everything that you got, everything these hoes want, okay? And they're gonna be bitter for the rest of their life, okay? Because I'm hearing that some of them, they definitely, like, you know, they were deceptive, okay? They wanted to injure you, harm you in some type of way. Sheesh, I'm hearing a Pisces and a Cancer, okay? Taurus, Aries. I'm hearing names starts with letter L. Leland, Lauren, okay? I'm hearing you've been, like, helping people see both sides of a situation, helping, you know, reconcile, like, a lot of, what did I say? You see this, what? You see this, what just happened, right? This is what happened. You're getting justice for this. You're getting justice for this, okay? Because, like, especially when it comes out, like, this is not just, like, petty gossip. This is, like, something that harmed you, okay? And understanding libel and slander and understanding the, like, the legal parameters around this is going to help you get this fair deal, okay? Something about you, oh my God, this is beautiful. I love that. You're getting justice for this slandering situation that happened. Some of you, this happened at work, okay? You're having a partner. You're a partner, child. Ooh, child, because you psychic, baby. I'm hearing something about you proving that you were psychic as well. Like, some of y'all are big wig shit. Like, y'all big on big shit. Like, some of y'all are big experts. Big experts, okay? Somebody who was jealous, catty, and manipulative, right? They just wanted to harm you. They were jealous of you. Okay, I'm also hearing a bunch of feminines also was very catty and, like, you know, grouping together because they all banded together in their hatred of you is what I'm hearing. Oh my God, what did I say? Maven, what did I say? Something about you is very expert. Something about you is very expert, and they cannot deny that, you know, that this was happening, that these people have been, like, plotting your downfall, okay? These people have been, they were, like, that slandering and libeling was, like, the cause of your downfall. And this is, like, you know, run power 3-day check. Like, run power 3-day check. And they were negotiating with hidden motives. These people. I'm also hearing, you know, somebody abused their power. Okay. Interesting. Interesting energy. Okay, let's get one more oracle before we move into the tarot. So let me. What do we need to know about this this situation where you were detective about this shit. You figured this shit out. Okay, that these people were jealous, catty, and manipulative, and just want to stop you from being an expert as well, is what I'm hearing. Some of them, they just trickery. People were trying to play tricks on you. So yeah, I'm getting that these people, these jealous, catty, and manipulative people who slandered you, they were just trying to, they were trying to stop you from being great, y'all. They were trying to stop your relationships from, from being cooperative. They were mad because your lovers love you because of how, how great the sex is, how beautiful you are. Okay, and then you're an expert on top of this shit. It's not good. Okay, these people have been plotting against you. You know. What did I say? I'm hearing that you grew very impartial about something, okay? You grew very impartial about something. And I'm hearing that this situation is actually bittersweet, because it's yeah, there's fairness now, right? There's impartiality now. You can see both sides of a situation now, right? If you're a jealous, catty, manipulative person, of me, right? The libeling and slandering of my name serves you, right? It serves you, right? It serves you to negotiate with hidden motives, because I would not give you the same kind of information and, access to me if I had known that you were, jealous, catty, and manipulative. This is how you're able to see the negative side of things now. Some of you guys, you really are like light workers, or you're very pure. You don't have a lot of ill intent. And I'm hearing that you're never jealous of people, okay? You don't gang up on people. You're not manipulating people. And these people were, when they were talking to you and they were getting your information or finding ways, they were finding vulnerabilities, is what I'm hearing. They were trying to use, they were trying to find where your partnership or where your relationship was vulnerable, okay? And this is why, plotting, right? They were trying to find where your relationship was vulnerable. And they may have succeeded in that, by slandering you. Hearing trying to, make your person perceive you in a way that wasn't real, that wasn't accurate, right? Yeah, we have the Lovers in the reverse. Yeah, just like not aligned people, okay? We have the King of Wands, right? And then we have the Six of Pentacles in the reverse, okay? So I'm hearing that there was a common theme around, these people. I'm hearing that these are people who, you clearly didn't have aligned values with them. They made poor decisions, right? But I'm hearing that, you had to learn how to have fair relationships as well, okay? And I feel like you became you may have wanted these relationships in the past, but I feel like you definitely became impartial to them because they stopped giving to you, okay? Something about this situation, this person, they might be a Leo, Sag, Aries, or Pisces is what I'm hearing. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, or Gemini, okay? This lover that, I'm hearing that they were, manipulative, and, third parties were jealous and catty and slandered you. They didn't want to see this person give to you. They didn't want to see you have a cooperative relationship, okay? They wanted to see you fall down. And, that's what it was, honey. Okay? That's what it was. But I'm hearing that now, this, success that you're having now is inspired, You're very inspired. You're very, learning impartiality. Becoming impartial to them was, the best thing that ever happened. Because it just brought you the balance that you needed to see truthfully and clearly that, these are just people who were not supportive of you, who will not give to you, who I'm hearing some people who would not respond to you, okay, who would not communicate with you. And then later to find out that they were just catty, right? They were catty. Tell me more about this situation, okay? Somebody coming around asking questions, and you just have to wherever you are now, I'm hearing that people have the tendency to become very jealous of you. Whatever work environment you're in, I don't know, it just feels like people have the tendency to especially people who just are not as great as you. I'm hearing that there's more people, like you're just like the standout star in a lot of places. And so it's easy, like it's very easy for people to become jealous of you. Hell, I'm jealous of you, Power 2. Excuse me, Power 3. But it just feels like, it's easy for you to get slander. Like people will try to, like, I'm hearing that they will not, they just make up shit. You know what I mean? They just make up shit. So let's see. Give me a little bit more information about what's going on here. I'm hearing the name that starts with the letter Q, N, A, F. Okay, birds. Birds of a feather flock together. Okay. These people were birds. You just realized that they were just like not quality, abundant people who didn't have the same aligned values as you. Look at you, you're the King of Wands. They're not aligned with that. Clearly, they represent something else, right? In these relationships, through the 7th house, you have learned like that these have not been fair. They have not been fair to you. So you have to see the negative side of things with that impartiality. And we have whipped. And we have a rich gent. Okay, some of y'all, they see that you... Oh my God, what people are realizing about you, Pal 3, and then we will wrap, is that you got a rich gent whipped. Okay, some of y'all got a rich gent whipped. Okay, I'm hearing Aquarius, they see that you got a rich gent. Oh my gosh, thank you, Pal 3. Let me know how this resonates down in the comments below. There's so much fairness coming in for you. Some of y'all finally got y'all, you done with the birds, and you got the divine masculine that you've been waiting for, and you got them whipped, honey. I don't know what you did. But like, there's so much like justice to this situation. Like all these birds, like this person, this rich gent just brought in so much like justice from these people, these birds that slandered you. Okay, and just was like bandwagoning with these hoes that was jealous, catty, manipulative, and now you a fucking expert at this shit too. And they just was like, they were like, wow, we look like losers for plotting their downfall when they literally could not fall. Like you literally can't be fucked with. Like you're untouchable. Can't touch this. Okay. Thank you so much, Pal 3. Let me know how that resonates down in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Last but not least, hi, Pal 4. Welcome to your selection. So you chose the bully. Okay. So some of y'all, you quite literally are the bully. Okay. I'm hearing that they seen you bullying people. Oh my God. I'm hearing some of y'all were bullied. In your youth perhaps, but I'm hearing that some of y'all get bullied as adults too. It's something about they see you cussing people out, but I'm hearing that they don't really see how you got to the point of cussing them out, because I feel like they realizing that you always cussing somebody out because you're scared that they're going to try to harm you. Okay, I'm hearing some of you guys have endured physical abuse. So sometimes when people like start like doing something negative towards you, it almost feels like you're scared of being attacked, is what I'm hearing. Some of you guys are really scared of being attacked, or something about you don't like to be in public, or like, so I'm definitely getting like some of y'all, you start going off on people. Okay, you start going off on people because I'm hearing that a lot of people have been doing stuff because they're intimidated by you. So I'm hearing that you give them a reason to be intimidated, okay? Because something about them is like, you need to highlight the fact that they're intimidated. Like, it's not that there's like something that you're doing. Like a lot of this conflict and issues that you're having, I'm hearing with the Capricorn, the Cancer. I'm also hearing people of the opposite race. A lot of what this is doing, like a lot of, people are very intimidated by you. It's like something about you, what they're realizing is like, you're not like everyone else that they have seen before. It's like, I don't know what, let's get into it. It's like something where you actually like, you always stand out. Okay. You always stand out, or there's something about you that very like is very intimidating to people. Okay. So I'm hearing that when you cussing them out, I mean, like, that can be considered intimidating maybe. But I'm also getting that, like, you are just highlighting that they are intimidated by you, okay? This is the reason why we even got to the point of abuse in the first place, is because they're doing things, like, to try to, I'm hearing, I don't know. Let's get into it. What's going on in this situation? Pile 4. Yeah, prosperous. I'm hearing something about when people see that you're prosperous. I don't know. When they see that you're prosperous, it actually intimidates them. I don't know why. Let's get into it. LOL, that's funny. I'm hearing that they're so used to seeing people like you. Something like people like you or wherever you are. Like, they're used to, like, seeing you, like, very, like, they're not used to seeing you like this. I don't know. They're not used to seeing this kind of thing. Okay, something around you. Okay, and they see that you're so joyful about it. Like, I mean, something that you're doing, what you're doing, you be happy as hell about it. And I'm hearing, like, you're so scared that somebody's going to try to steal your prosperity. It's like you might fight them for it. Like, you better... Pile 4, something about you. You know, you have a lot of fear, though. You have a lot of fear. So let's see. Oh, my God. We have North Node. Y'all, look, I don't know what to tell y'all, but it's already here. Like, I don't know. It's just been all over the collective. There's something where you will receive, like, something, they know that you're like, you're about to receive a benefit. Okay, there's a benefit happening. There's success from what you're doing. There's prosperity. They know. Okay, and some of them, when they realize that you are prosperous, or they see that you're already successful, it intimidates them. Okay, it really intimidates them. These might be South Node people because you're clearly a North Node people, a North Node person. But, like, I don't know why people are intimidated by your prosperity. Okay, you know, I'm getting that maybe they feel like they'll be judged by you because they're not as prosperous. I'm hearing a Leo. Okay, I'm definitely getting a masculine. I'm hearing something when they realize that you were an artist, or they realize that you were good at something, or they know that you're prosperous now. This feels like somebody you were romantic with. So let's see. Okay, Pisces. Feminine, okay. What are people realizing about you? Okay. Something about you being a successful artist. Okay, they see that your life is very chaotic. Somebody realizing that your life is very chaotic, but they see that this temporary chaos is like, you will have success from it. They know that you're just like a diamond in the rough, getting through the trenches and just like figuring things out. Like, I'm hearing, like, we have Aries energy. Something about you taking a lot of actions. That's why you might be seeing, like, they might be like looking at you like, damn, your life is chaotic, or you're always on the go. People are realizing that you're always on the go. You're always working on something. You're always, like, enhancing something, okay? And they feel like, although you may have been dealing with, like, these conflicts with these bullies, that you, like, paradoxically, you're, like, very optimistic and cheerful. Like, something about you. Because I'm hearing that something about you, you are very determined, and you just know that you're a success. Like, these people know that, like, by doing everything that makes you feel prosperous and taking these actions and, like, drawing on your power, that you will have the success. Like, it's just like, these people, what they're realizing about you is that you're a success. It's like, it's already, like, you're already looking like a success, or they know that, like, there is a benefit waiting for you, and that you just have to continue taking these actions, right? Something about your arts and spirituality and understanding, like, their subconscious, okay, as well. So, very interesting. A release ritual. This feels like a memorial service. There's been a funeral. There's been a death. There's been an ending. I'm hearing burning love letters, burning photos, burning notes. I'm hearing like some kind of christening or something. I don't know. It feels like something where these people, they realize that you have released these bullies. Okay, you've released these bullies. Okay, a Pisces in particular. Okay, and an Aries. So much conflict is what I'm hearing. And you were very naive about these people as well. I'm hearing that there's been a lot of verbal and physical abuse with these people, and they're like, you're like, whatever the conflict is going on, where, you know, I have to endure abuse with this Pisces. Look at the Pisces want to slide out. Okay. This violence with this person, I'm hearing a feminine energy. Okay. Something where they're very, like, tapped into, like, your music, your poetry, your dancing. Okay. Places where you know, you show more ethereal aspects of yourself, or you're more, you know, I'm hearing more symbolic about certain things. They see that something about, like, your symbolism is like, or your artwork, you know, is like, you're like, your art is leading your way, or your spirituality is guiding you. They're very moody and messy about you. Okay, you've released these people, these competitors with these. I always call them Rams, right? I'm hearing this Pisces. I'm hearing a Ram, a Cancer, and a Capricorn. Okay, these conflicts around you. I'm hearing that you've abused these people. Okay, you verbally abused them. I'm also hearing that if you had the chance, you would physically abuse them as well. I'm also getting that these people, they're like, you're very tapped into their subconscious. You're very in their psyche. Okay. So it doesn't really feel like anything that you like. It's something about your work, your artwork, that remains ambiguous to them, but they know that there's success in it. Like, they know, okay, even if you haven't had your, like, benefit, you haven't received your benefit and reward yet, they know that your benefit and reward is, like, symbolically embedded in your art. I don't know, I guess. Like, and I feel like right now what you're doing is you're just, like, working to release this. You're preparing for a better life, so that you don't bring any, like, these destructive qualities into your new life. Okay, because I feel like something that's inheritance, this benefit, the success, this promotion, this destiny, this North Node energy is like, it's like, right, it's here. Okay, something about everyone is realizing that your prosperity benefit is here. Okay, and that you will have great comfort in this life. Okay, you will have tranquility. Okay, because these people have been in a spiritual warfare with you, trying to, you know, bully you subconsciously, and, you know, you really haven't had a whole lot of discernment around them as well, is what I'm hearing. Okay. So let's see. Give me more information around what these people are realizing about you, Pal 3, because I feel, Pal 4, because I know I rambled a little bit. So let's get into it. Just a little channeling there. Okay. Pole dancer. LOL. LOL. We got some pole dancers mad. We have the letter T. Okay. I'm hearing the name Tony. Okay. Something of, you know, if you're a pole dancer, they see that this is your art, your movement art, and they feel like you are very elusive and mysterious on this thing. Okay, they feel like something about your work, your poetry, your music, your art, your movement, they're like, they can't figure something out, is what I'm hearing. Okay, or you've been very abusive, you know, through your art. Okay. If that makes sense. I don't have time to explain it all today, but we'll get into it in another career reading. Okay. So let's see, what are people realizing about you, Pal 4? Okay, somebody here who is very jealous of your pretty. Okay, a Capricorn, you know, very jealous of your beauty. Okay, their name may start with the letter D, M, or T. Okay, let's get one more, please. Okay, I'm also hearing that, you know, there's a lot of people in your environment. You know, if you're like an exotic dancer, you work in a club, or you visit a studio here, I definitely feel like there are a lot of these people. They see how pretty you look on this pole. Okay, they see how good you dance, and, you know, they're not as good. I'm hearing some of them are invisible. Oh my gosh, some of them are invisible. Like, you know, some of them, they've been wanting social media followings. I'm also hearing that if this is a social setting, it's like they're never the main character. No one sees them. Okay, no one sees them. I'm hearing a lot of them are like wallflowers, or like some of you are like getting socialized, like you're socializing a lot, and they realize it's because so many people find you to be beautiful and that you're so talented. Everybody want to be around you. Okay. Energy, really interesting energy. Okay, some of them, you know, if these are your customers and stuff like that, or your friends, they definitely realize that you're a good listener. Okay, Okay. Some of you, they want to take attention away from you, away from you, okay? Because they know that, you look good. Yeah, beauty and brains. Ooh, it's not good for these people. They're invisible, okay? And then what's on the bottom of the deck? Your beauty, looks, and style. Oh my gosh, pile 4. It's the same old tale every time, okay? This Pisces, these Aries, some of them are not as beautiful as you. So I'm hearing a Leo. So there's something that happened here. Somebody's name is Hazel, or his name starts with the letter S. Okay, they're not as beautiful as you, or T. They see that you have beauty and brains, and that you're a success. And these people, I'm hearing that you abuse them, or you let them know, like, it's very clear why you're upset. Okay, you're very jealous and envious of pile 4. Okay, because of your beauty, looks, and style, your beauty and your brains. Okay, your intelligence. Some people are just realizing this. If you're in a new environment, they're like, damn, they smart and they beautiful. Okay, and they look good. Okay, on this pole. Like, some of y'all really is a siren here. Okay. Oh my goodness. What's going on here? What are people realizing about you, pal 4? Some of them, they see you're emotional. What are people realizing? Maybe that's why you tend to, your fears be coming out, okay? Some of you, they really be trying to take your prosperity, because I'm hearing some of you, your lovers are your prosperity. Like, I'm hearing you're like, because they worship your beauty, and they love to see you dancing, that inspires so much hate, right? And it ends up hurting you, because I don't know, it's something where you're scared that they're going to like try to take your person or do something negative to your person. But I feel like you need to release this old situation that happened in the past. Some of you guys, there was a situation that happened in the past, maybe with a Pisces, where this person, they betrayed you. They were a conformist. They banded with other people. I'm hearing, frenemies, trying to steal your person. And you're realizing that it's just because you've been beautiful and pretty and smart, okay? And I'm hearing that you keep getting hotter, okay? You're getting hotter. It's like, damn, you can't win, pal 4. You can't win. So let's see. Give me more information around this situation. Who are these people that's realizing you, and what happened? Okay, it's taking me a little bit longer. I mean, don't worry about, like, somebody trying, like, don't worry about rejection. Don't worry about rejection, okay? Because I feel like, these people, your rejections from these people were not because of, how you looked, right? Your self-worth, you're knowing not to tie your self-worth to your beauty, looks, and style anymore, okay? Don't do that, right? Some of you guys have even just, you also improved, your looks as well, and you're improving in your style, and you're just like becoming even more individualistic, okay? Your body feels good, your mind, your heart, your soul, and spirit feels good, right? And some of you guys, you're receiving your money, you're receiving your benefits now, okay? Some of you guys are going to be traveling a lot. You have like I'm hearing a beautiful life ahead of you, but you need to release the situation in the past where I'm hearing that these rams, these competitors, exploited your vulnerabilities, your self-esteem, by stealing something from you. I'm hearing that they're a third-party situation, okay, where you still have, you internalize so much around the situation, okay? So I'm hearing that your people, like, would get distracted by, people, okay? And it's like, how can you get distracted by other people when it's like, clearly the best in here, everybody, all these people that you're getting distracted by have been jealous. So that doesn't make any sense for you to be, you know what I mean? Like, some of you, there was a situation in the past where your partner got distracted by someone else, and became very messy, okay? And it was like very clear that these people were like envious of your looks. Okay, give me more information about what people are realizing about the situation. They're realizing that, you haven't, they think that like some of them are actually like extending you compassion because they're seeing they like your inner beauty also, like your inner and your outer beauty have just like radiated. It was, and people are realizing your beauty, right? They're noticing that you're a full package, and that hasn't actually made these people honor you. Okay. And they've actually caused a lot of sorrow. I'm also hearing that because you're very shy, you don't come out your shell right away. So, sometimes, your person will get distracted by someone who appears to have like a bigger personality. Like I'm hearing a Gemini or somebody who's more of a loudmouth. Okay. Something about Rihanna, something about, your person like being drawn to you because of how beautiful you are and how talented you are and your style and things like that. And I feel like a lot, you express yourself in so many different ways. So you might not just be the outward person that is like the type to brag on themselves, or the type to like just, share all of their, your intimacies and stuff right away. So sometimes these people, they misperceive like your shyness, and that like maybe your communication style, maybe you're just like not as verbal. I'm hearing you're very quiet and shy, and sensitive and sweet, right? But they'll get distracted by somebody doing a lot. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. This just came out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting that, but let's see. You need to release the woes of whatever happened, where this person in the past got distracted by somebody who was clearly weaker and less fortunate. And I'm hearing that I'm hearing a lot of these people are just like invisible now. So it's like you are the main character all the time. We have expectation. We have a stork. Okay, I'm hearing a board. You had like this Pisces in the past. And I'm also hearing a Virgo name. The name Stanley is showing up here as well with a Pisces. And then we have clouds. So, okay. So I'm hearing a Pisces, okay, and particularly a male or an Aries or a Virgo. I'm hearing that you had some expectations of these birds, and it just was like you shouldn't have put your expectations in them, okay? Release your expectations of people and you will never get disappointed. All right. This was the issue. This is the maturing that you needed to go through, right? So that you can understand, and discern, people who are truly loyal to you. Okay. You don't, let yourself get attached to anybody. I'm getting a lot of you have really just like, I'm hearing that now they see you on cloud 9. I'm hearing your relationships, you be on cloud 9 all the time. Okay. You do have, I'm hearing that these are a lot of your soulmates. Okay. And they actually do serve you in some type of way, but they end up being super unstable. Okay. Super unstable emotionally. And I'm hearing their egos drive them to do something, deceptive, or to betray you in some type of way. Okay, so let's get a little bit more information around the situation. Okay, I'm hearing you had an expectation of a bird. Okay, and this person, showed you that they were not loyal to you whatsoever. Okay, I'm also hearing that you're going into your relationships now with a whole lot more, patience and apprehension. And I'm hearing a lot of these people really wanted to rush the connections as well. And it's like when you don't come out of your box, like some of you are very shy. And I'm hearing, I don't know what makes you so shy, but like, I think it feels like it's tied to like, a low self-esteem and just like a lack of confidence in yourself. And, a lot of these people are realizing that, it's because you are so humble. You're not even recognizing just how beautiful you are. Like some of you were just like not just amazed. Like I'm hearing that people are like starstruck by your beauty. And you're just like, what? So y'all are like, what the hell? And then I'm hearing that now you're kind of like using your pretty as a privilege, okay? And, they're really pissed off about this. I'm hearing that this was the shadow aspects that you needed to integrate. But like, okay, realize that you're actually beautiful as hell, and that these people's rejections of you It's because they're emotionally unstable. It has nothing to do with the way that you look. It's because they were unstable, you know, when engaging with you. Okay, and I'm hearing that there ends up being verbal or physical abuse in these relationships. Okay, and I'm also hearing that they're just unkept as well. Like they're not well. Tell me more about what people are realizing about you. People are realizing that you are the wounded warrior. You've been going through hella shit, and it's because you haven't had boundaries with these birds, right? You haven't had boundaries. Like I said, especially if you're here from Pile 3. A lot of people around you have, you know, the only people offended by your boundaries are those who benefited from you not having none. And I'm hearing that there's a lot of people who were jealous of you who have been benefiting from your lack of boundaries. You have expectations of these people, expectations of loyalty, okay? Expectations of transparency, okay? No. I'm hearing some of them, you know, they pretended to be something that they weren't. I'm hearing a pseudo self. Like, they really were not just like, they were never as prosperous as you, okay? They were never as prosperous as you. So let's see here. Give me more information about what people are realizing. Adjusting your expectations of people, you will never get disappointed, okay? The Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Yeah, all this bad luck and this hard, you know, hard luck and this, you know, this karma related to like your own lack of boundaries, right? So, yeah, I'm hearing that a lot of relationships with the Four of Wands in the reverse were a lot of relationships where you just like didn't fit in with these people, okay? You didn't fit in with these people, and they knew it. You had too much beauty, looks, and style. I'm hearing at a club, okay? Especially if you're a pole dancer, you're just too, you look better than them, okay? So a lot of them are realizing that you are a success. I'm hearing these relationships in the past. I'm hearing that some of you guys are coming into these new situations very prosperous, very, very learned, okay? You know that there will be a success because you've been through you had these hard lessons with the Nine of Wands from having these expectations of people in your environment. I'm hearing that now you just expect people to be jealous. I'm like, you off the rip, you just know. So you know never to walk into a situation with your boundaries down or your vulnerabilities exposed, because these people, they're not going to be able to control their urge to hurt you, because they just have the animalistic instinct to attack you for your beauty and brains, okay? These masculines that have, you know, gotten distracted or have been, you know, seduced with an illusion of you, you know, have been unstable emotionally because of all the full package that you represent, okay? Something here happened with a Leo and a Gemini here, okay? You know, I'm hearing a repetition of a cycle, okay? And this person, you know, they were intimidated by you, okay? Intimidated by your beauty, looks, and style. Intimidated by your prosperity. Intimidated by your success. You know, I don't want to keep rambling on, but that's what it really just feels like at this point. So you have to be, you know, you've learned to, you know, use caution with people. Not be so open about your life and what you have going on, right? I think at this point, you know, you are no longer, like, some of you have been very extreme about your boundaries. Like, some of you are very private. And this may offend people when you don't, like, share so much, or you're not as forthcoming as certain people, okay? People are not used to these high boundaries that you have now, okay? But they don't realize that because of these, you know, expectations and lack of boundaries that you had in the past, that you've actually, like, you know, you've lost some things, okay? You've hurt in some type of way. Learn that you don't fit in, because not everybody has this. Like, this is very rare, okay? Your prosperity, having beauty and brains, people are realizing, Pal 4, is that you're just very blessed. You didn't need a bunch of plastic surgery. You didn't need a bunch of, like, materialistic things. You didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of you are just, like, so naturally gifted. And these people, they're just competitors because they hate the fact that you have all of this, and they feel like with both of with beauty and brains and style, right? Your look and how talented you are. They know you'll make money. They know that you'll get recognition. So a lot of these people are Capricorn, feminine energy, you know, and a Cancer. Some of them will become invisible, okay? Because your beauty is going to be shining so bright, okay? You know, I'm hearing that song Enough by Cardi B. It's like me versus you, and you know who they picking, okay? So I'm hearing that these lessons are just like, you know, cyclic, okay? Cyclic. You might run into the same issues, okay? But you've learned these lessons before. And you know that these are just birds. And you know not to expect them to be kind. You know not to expect them to be loyal, right? You expect them to slander, right? Some of you, you just know that you're going to be the talk of the town. Okay? Some of you just know, okay? That's what I'm saying about what people are realizing about you. I'm hearing a Cancer. There's something going on with the Cancer and a Pisces and a Scorpio, okay? You know, this could be, I'm hearing a Cancer, that's another pole dancer, okay? I'm hearing a Pisces who wanted to compete with your occupation or who was very envious of your spirit. A Leo, okay? You know, a masculine who has had this, you know, psychological ailments. I'm also hearing a Cancer's name that starts with the letter K. A, Pisces energies. These people you didn't, you know, they took you through a lot. I'm hearing, but your intuition led you to the truth, okay? That's what I'm seeing, Pal 4. Let me know how that resonates down in the comments below. You are so successful from this situation, and I'm hearing that this has been a journey for you to enhance your self-worth and to highlight your own deep fears, right? And now you're in the process of releasing everything that doesn't serve you and preparing for this benefit that's coming in. I love you. This is so great for the collective. I'll see you guys in the comments. Bye.